any mistake by taking error as a mistake. Error is not a mistake. Error is not a mistake. Why? Mistake, if taken care, can be removed, can be eliminated 100%. Error, whatever immense care you may take in experiment, but error can never be completely eliminated. No, never, not possible. One or other type of error will definitely get introduced in the experiment. You cannot remove error completely. What is basically error? Difference between measured value and actual value. Difference between measured value and actual value of a given physical quantity is called error in the measurement of that quantity. Difference between measured value and actual, or you may say reverse also. Difference between actual value and measured value is called error in the given measurement. Simple. Smaller is the error, greater is the accuracy. Smaller is the error, greater is the accuracy. Simple? Fine. Let us estimate error. How would you estimate error? How much error you want to find out? Okay. Suppose given measurements are, for a given measure, while measuring given physical quantity, you have taken so many readings. Suppose readings are, look here, A1, A2, A3, dash, 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 AN. So I have n number of observations. N number of observations means n number of measured values. N number of measured values. First of all, you should find out absolute error. Correct? How would you find out absolute error? I am showing you. You just find out average value of all these values. Just show it by symbol A bar. How will you find out average? Simple here. Summation divided by number. Summation divided by summation means total of all this. Total of all this. A1 plus A2 plus dash 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 plus AN divided by summation divided by number. Simple. Fine. Now find out absolute error in the first measurement. Show it by symbol delta A1. It is nothing but difference of actual value and measured value. This average value we take as actual value. Average value we take as actual value. Actual value minus measured value. Actual value minus measured value. For the last measurement, actual value minus measured value. Okay? These absolute errors might be positive, might be negative, might be zero. But now we go for average absolute error and see how it is defined. Delta A bar. Delta A bar. You are supposed to take moduluses of all this. When you take modulus, plus will remain plus only, but minus will be converted into plus. Okay? And then that summation divided by number of observations would give you average absolute error. Average absolute error. Then we go for relative. Once you know A bar, and once you know delta A bar, then how would you express measurement of a given physical quantity? This is the manner in which you should express the measurement. Average value plus or minus average absolute error. Correct? A bar plus or minus delta A bar. A bar plus or minus delta A bar. Suppose this is 3. And say this is 0.1. Suppose. So once you can subtract, another time you can add. So once you subtract 3 minus 0.1, it will be 2.9. 3 plus 0.1, it will be 3.1. So that value may change from 2.9 to 3.1. From 2.9 to 3.1. There is a possible variation, range of the value. Fine. Now we go for relative or fractional error. Relative or fractional error. It is shown by symbol delta A, but this sort of delta, small delta. And this ratio of average absolute error to the average value, है ना? Come on, ratio of average absolute error to the average value. And then after we go for percentage error. For finding percentage error, simply you multiply this fractional error by 100%. Fractional error by 100%. Correct? Then we go for combination of errors. If you have two measured values, say A equals to A bar plus or minus delta A bar, B equals to B bar plus or minus delta B bar, then how do you make their addition? Z equals to A plus B. Z equals to A plus B. Then delta Z, that is absolute error. Absolute error. In this, it will be absolute error in this plus absolute error in this. Even if Z equals to A minus B, suppose, then also while finding maximum absolute error, we always go for addition. Here it may be plus or minus. Here it may be plus or minus. Irrespective of that, every time while finding maximum absolute error, you must go for only addition. Got it? Then, for multiplication and division, see the rule. If Z equals to A into B, then fractional error in Z is written this way, delta Z upon Z. Here fractional error in A, come on, delta A upon A. Fractional error will be delta B upon B. And though it is A into B, while finding maximum fractional error, we must add partial or you can say independent relative errors. While finding, come on, relative error or fractional error in the resultant quantity, you should go for addition of individual relative or fractional errors. Similarly for division also, if it is A into B or A upon B, both the times this maximum fractional error in Z will remain same. Here also it is delta A upon A plus delta B upon B. So you don't have to bother whether this is true or in multiplication or this or in division. Irrespective of that, delta Z upon Z formula remains same. Okay? And never write here minus sign. Always you should go for maximum value. For that you must write here plus sign. Suppose it is powered quantity. Suppose Z equals to P raised to N, suppose, correct? Then, what is fractional error in Z? Delta Z upon Z will be N times delta P upon P. N times delta P upon P. Why it is like that? Why this power or index becomes multiplier? Why power becomes multiplier? Suppose N is 3, suppose. N is 3. Then P cube means what? P into P into P. P into P into P. What you wrote here? For A into B, what did you wrote? What did you write here? Delta A upon A plus delta B upon B. Suppose it is A into B into C, suppose. Then delta A upon A plus delta B upon B plus. Instead of A into B into C, now it is P into P into P. Delta B upon B plus delta B upon B plus delta B upon B. How many times? 3 times means n times. 3 times means n. Because we have taken n equal to 3. That's why this power becomes multiplier. Got it?
Come on, my dears. Now kindly read the statement of illustration number 3.